Hello and welcome. My name's Camilla and today we're going to be watching V for Vendetta. It is November 5th and I have been told that there is something to do with November 5th about this movie. That is just about the only thing that I know about it, other than Natalie Portman is in it. The poster and everything looks a little scary. I don't think it's a horror movie, but maybe it's kind of a thriller or a drama. I don't exactly know, and I'm trying to not read too many words on the description before I click play. It also stars Hugo Weaving, which I don't recognize that name and I don't think I've ever seen him in anything. Director is James McTeague. Might be saying that wrong. I also am not familiar with his work. And then there's a few writers, the Wachowski sisters, and then David Lloyd. Yeah, I'm going into this movie relatively blind. I don't know much about it. Haven't seen a trailer or anything. So I am just gonna go for it. Let's hop into it. Here is V for Vendetta. Is this DC Comics? Like superheroes?
Remember the 5th of November.
There it is.
I know his name was Guy Fawkes. In 1605, he attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. But who was he really? We're told to remember the idea, not the man. But 400 years later, an idea can still change the world. It is not an idea that I miss. It is a man that made me remember the 5th of November.
Former United States is so desperate for medical supplies, allegedly sent several containers, a gesture, they said, of goodwill.
Yep, that's a freaky mask.
I think it's high time we let the colonies know what we really think of them. I say we go down to those docks tonight. Who's bloody with me?
So this is a dictator.
The world's biggest leper colony. Why? Godlessness. It wasn't the war they started. It wasn't the plague they created. It was judgment. No one escapes judgment. But we came through. Immigrants, Muslims, homosexuals, terrorists.
Oh no.
They had to go.
That's quite enough of that, thank you very much.
Yeah, girl, that's awful.
A yellow-coded curfew is now in effect. Personnel will be...
Whoa!
Sorry, I didn't see.
You in a hurry, are we? It's past curfew, you know.
My uncle, he's very sick.
Right of bollocks, what I think.
Don't touch me.
Yeah, girl.
That we exercise our own judicial discretion.
Put your finger me, please. I didn't know, I'm sorry.
But you will be.
Oh God, no. Please don't do this. Help, please!
Oh yeah, here comes the masked guy.
Fingerman, pal.
This guy's slick. This guy's got some moves.
Bear the rod.
Okay.
I can assure you I mean you no harm. What I am is a man in a mask.
Voila!
A humble vaudevillian veteran, both victim and villain.
Vicious and voracious violation of volition.
This guy has quite the vocabulary.
It's my very good honor to meet you, and you may call me V. To whom might I ask am I speaking?
I'm Evie.
I, like God, do not play with dice and do not believe in coincidence. Do you enjoy music, Evie? And on my way to give a very special performance.
So I think I should be getting home.
It'll be like nothing you've ever seen.
All right.
It is to Madame Justice that I dedicate this concerto. Do you know what day it is, Evie?
November the 4th.
Not anymore. Remember the 5th of November. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgotten.
Is he about to do something?
The overture. Here comes the crescendo.
Oh God. Oh.
You have had 4 hours. You had better have results.
A recording device was found wired into the Central Emergency Broadcast System. Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture.
Add it to the blacklist. I never want to hear that music again.
The blacklist for music?
We're calling it an emergency demolition.
Surveillance cameras captured several images of the terrorist. The mask obviously makes retinal identification impossible. So managed to get a picture of the girl that Creedy's men were detaining.
No, they got her?
Who is she, Mr. Finch?
Not sure yet, sir. These devices were homemade with over-the-counter chemical. Whoever he is, he's very good.
Moments such as these are matters of faith. Doubt will plunge this country back into chaos. I will not let that happen. I want this terrorist found. I want him to understand what terror really means.
That was very odd.
Our job is to report the news, not fabricate it. That's the government's job.
Although the demolition had been planned for some time, the music and the fireworks were definitely not on the schedule.
There was no bloody demolition. Did you see it? No. You went to see Daddy Dietrich, didn't you?
He's still got another 16 hours. Maybe he's just getting started.
Lead on a girl.
I don't recall ever getting stood up by a more attractive woman.
I was on my way last night, but there were fingermen. Got a little scared and I went home.
Oh gosh. Oh, okay, it's her apartment.
Gotcha.
What's all that?
Not sure, they just arrived.
What the hell is this?
He knows where she is.
Her parents were political activists. They were detained when she was 12.
She could be a vigilante too, for all we know.
Who's that?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. The creepy smile. I wonder if this masked vigilante guy, if V, knew her parents. Oh, it's like a signal blocker. Yes.
Will all personnel please evacuate the building?
Oh gosh, girl. Run, run, run.
Dad, what's wrong with the telly?
National message.
Good evening, London. I thought we could mark this November the 5th by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak. Words will always retain their power. There is something terribly wrong with this country.
Seems like it.
War, terror, disease, fear got the best of you. And in your panic, you turned to the now High Chancellor Adam Sutler. All he demanded in return was your silent, obedient consent. Last night, I destroyed the Old Bailey to remind this country of what it has forgotten. Fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel, ask her to stand beside me 1 year from tonight, outside the gates of Parliament. Together, we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never be forgotten.
Oh, so it's like a battle cry. Sort of.
Cover the exits. No one gets out.
Oh, you know he has some kind of creative exit planned anyway, you guys.
Please don't shoot!
Oh, it's not him. It's not him.
You put masks on all of us.
Nobody move! The bomb wide to the timer in the control booth.
Oh no.
He's probably already gone. 3.5 minutes.
Have you any idea how long it would take to rebuild this facility?
On your knees! On your knees!
Whoa! Oh no. Oh no.
Freeze!
Oh, here she comes. Come on, girl. Yeah. Who is V? Who is V? Are we ever gonna know?
Terrorist takeover of Jordan Tower. A psychotic terrorist, identified only as the letter V, attacked the control booth in order to broadcast a message of hate.
Of course they're gonna refer to him as a terrorist.
The terrorist was shot and killed.
Of course you're gonna tell the public that.
The terrorist is dead.
They know that they didn't get him. No he's not.
He's a terrorist. You can't expect him to act like you or me. She's stuck with him.
He brought her home. Oh, to his home. Yeah, not her home. I bet that books have been banned in whatever, like, fictional version of society that this is. Probably a lot of forms of art. Does he live in some kind of old museum? Or he's just a collector, a hobbyist. Oh gosh.
You scared me. What is this place?
It's my home.
Where'd you get all this stuff?
Much of it from the vaults of the Ministry of Objectionable Material.
You stole them.
Stealing implies ownership. I merely reclaimed them.
I'm Ace, that detective. Why'd I do that? I think I should go.
If they know where you work, they certainly know where you live. I picked you up and carried you to the only place I knew you'd be safe, to my home.
I won't tell anyone, I swear.
I'm sorry, but I can't take that risk.
I have to stay here.
Only until I'm done after the 5th.
You mean a year from now?
I didn't know what else to do.
Why did you just leave me alone?
Hold her hostage. What else are you gonna do?
Anything else on the parents?
She died during the hunger strike, and he copped it when the military retook the shed. Her brother was at St. Mary's.
So we know her story. Now we need his.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
I just wanted to apologize for my reaction last night. I understand what you did for me, and I want you to know I am grateful.
She's gonna try a new tactic. being nice and sweet. Try to get out of it. I know what you're doing, girl.
Your hands.
There, that's better.
Can I ask what happened?
There was a fire. Not really very good table conversation.
I haven't had real butter since I was a little girl. Where'd you get it?
A government supply train on its way to Chancellor Sutler.
You stole this from Chancellor Sutler. You're insane.
Where's your mother now?
She's dead. You really think that blowing up Parliament's going to make this country a better place?
People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people.
By blowing up a building?
With enough people, blowing up a building can change the world.
Okay, dude.
Every time I've seen this world change, it's always been for the worse.
I tell you what I know.
Oh, not this guy.
Man does not threaten innocent civilians. I'm looking at the tape right now, and he has no idea how to like me. Find another DOP or find yourself another job.
Oof.
This so-called V-layer demagogue spouting their message of hate, delivering a terror.
Oh my God.
It was met with swift and surgically precise justice.
This guy is disgusting. He's a narcissist.
England prevails.
Oof.
Christ.
Good evening, Commander Prothero.
Why do you keep calling me that?
That was your title, remember, when we first met. You.
He knows who it is.
Chancellor Sutler agreed for obvious reasons. We have to keep this discreet, Inspector.
Where did he learn these sword skills? I mean, they're crazy.
Hope I didn't wake you.
Put the sword away.
You wouldn't believe the shit they found on Prothero.
Drugs.
Could have started his own hospital.
Did you like it?
Yeah, but it made me feel sorry for Mercedes.
Why?
Because he cared more about revenge than he did about her.
Is that going to be their story?
Wait, what's this?
The Voice of London passed away late last night from apparent heart failure.
She's lying. She blinks a lot when she does a story she knows is false.
Lewis, you will be sorely missed.
She knows. She's a smart girl.
Did you have anything to do with that?
Yes, I killed him. Violence can be used for good.
And are you going to kill more people?
Yes.
At least he's honest.
I put him in charge of a detention facility at Lark Hill.
Do you think there's a connection between our boy and Lark Hill?
I can't find any other record of it.
I cannot recall that particular facility, Inspector, but you're welcome to review our records.
We need to know if there was anything different about this facility.
I cannot recall any specific names.
Your records are either deleted, omitted, or missing.
Things were very chaotic back then. We all did what we had to do.
Conveniently losing records, huh?
You can do this. My father was a writer. He used to say that artists use lies to tell the truth while politicians use them to cover the truth up. He always told the best stories until my brother died. My brother was one of the students at St. Mary's.
Oh, he was so young.
He died. My parents became political. They protested the war, and I watched on the television, thinking I was going to see my parents killed. Evie, quick, hide!
Oh no.
I never saw them again.
She was so young.
I'm sorry, Evie.
I'm the one that's sorry. Sorry I'm not a stronger person. Sorry I'm not like my parents. I wish I wasn't afraid all the time, but I am. I know this world is screwed up, which is why I wanted to ask if there's anything I can do to help make it right. Please let me know.
If you wish.
It appears that the original electronic records have all been lost. But I found this hard copy. Everything we've got on Lark Hill is in there.
I was wondering if your offer to help was still standing. It appears that unforeseen circumstances have accelerated my original plan. I'm in need of someone with some theatrical skill.
I'll do my best.
You've been enlisted, girl.
Another doctor? Why does a detention facility need so many doctors?
The highest paid person at the camp was a priest. He's paid almost 200 grand a month.
Whoa.
Looks like he was promoted. He's a bishop now.
Has everything been arranged? My last little joy.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. She has arrived, but they've sent a new girl who I'm afraid is a little older than usual.
Oh dear, she's not too old, I trust.
That is for Your Grace to decide.
Wait. What? Oh no.
To think that I doubted your loveliness for an instant.
Oh, he is a gross man, isn't he?
I have to tell you something.
I love the confessional game.
Ew.
Tell me your sins.
Ew.
Someone's coming and I think he means to kill you. I'm telling you this because I want some kind of protection. I had nothing to do with the Bailey. I'm Evie Hammond. I've been the prisoner of the terrorist named V for the past several weeks.
I don't know if this is the shot you want to shoot, girl.
It's a game I've never played.
I think you want to be on V's side, honestly.
The rest of you is just as interesting.
No, please.
Oh my God, she wasn't lying. It is you.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Evie!
It's when most I play the devil. Run every name in that file. I want the whereabouts of all of them.
Did V know that they were gonna go visit that priest? I wonder.
What are you doing here?
Several prominent party members have been murdered, Chief Inspector. The Chancellor demanded my immediate involvement. Terrorist seems to have a rather intimate understanding of our system.
Are you saying I'm under surveillance, Mr. Creedy?
It would behove you to cease any investigation of matters that have long since passed.
You mean Lark Hill?
If I were you, Chief Inspector, I'd find the terrorist.
Evie! Yes, well, you better come inside before someone sees you.
Yeah, girl, what you wearing?
If they find me here, you could be in terrible trouble.
Yeah, you're gonna get him killed.
If the government ever searched my house, you would be the least of my problems.
Okay, he's got a secret lair too. She is just a magnet for these secret lair men.
What is that?
It's a copy of the Quran.
Is it worth it? I mean, if they found that here.
So are they only allowing Christianity?
You're wondering why you were invited here to supper in the first place. Unfortunately, a man in my position is expected to entertain. Because in this world, if I were to invite who I desired, I would undoubtedly find myself without a home, let alone a television show. You wear a mask for so long, you forget who you were beneath it.
This society is awful.
Any leads on finding this guy?
Nothing yet. There's something else you can help me with. You started as a botanist, didn't you?
It's a scarlet carson, believed to be extinct.
He leaves them at the crime scenes.
He's killed them all.
All but one.
Who is she?
But after they shut it down, she disappeared.
She changed her name.
Is it her? She Diana?
Dr. Diana Stanton changed the name of Delia Surridge.
The coroner?
Yep.
Oh no. What did they all do to him?
You've come to kill me. Yes. I knew that one day you'd come for me. I didn't know what they were going to do. Read my journal.
What they did was only possible because of you.
Did they burn him?
I was given one of your roses today. I wasn't sure you were the terrorist until I saw it. What a strange coincidence.
There are no coincidences, Delia. Only the illusion of coincidence.
You're going to kill me now.
I killed you 10 minutes ago while you slept.
I'm so sorry.
What did they do to him?
The terrorist obviously wanted us to have it.
As the authenticity of this document cannot be verified, any discussion of this document will be regarded at the very least as an act of sedition, a willful act of treason. Put it out of your
They're
mind.
turning some things around.
My first batch of subjects arrived today. Nuclear power is meaningless in a world where a virus can kill an entire population. Commander Prothero toured the lab with a priest, Father Lilliman. These people knew how they might be helping their country if they would act any differently. They're so weak and pathetic. I find myself hating them. Over 75% are now deceased. There is one case that continues to give me hope. He exhibits none of the immune system pathologies that the other subjects developed. Several cellular anomalies in his blood that I've been unable to categorize. The subject said he could no longer remember who he was or where he was from. He is now the key to our dream.
Are we gonna meet V, finally?
November the 5th. The first explosions tore open the entire medical section. I was trying to understand how it could have happened when I saw him. The man from room 5. There were no eyes.
So what was she trying to cure them of? Or do to these people? What was the medicine that she was working on? I think I missed that, but I don't know if it was mentioned also. So there was a pandemic, an epidemic.
I want to ask a question, Dominic. The question I want to ask is about St. Mary's and Three Waters. What if the worst, the most horrifying biological attack was not the work of religious extremists?
Well, I don't understand. We know it was. They were caught. They confessed.
Framed.
I have to ask, what if that isn't what happened? What if someone else killed all those people?
The government?
Even if it was someone working for this government. If our own government was responsible for the deaths of almost 100,000 people. Would you really want to know?
80% of the public believe the terrorist is still alive.
I want more than arrests. I want results.
Who is this Chancellor guy?
I think this could be the best show you've ever done.
Chancellor, Adam Sutler!
Threw out the censor-approved script and shot a new one that I wrote this morning.
The terrorist was never a serious concern.
I feel like this wouldn't actually be funny if this was something ongoing in your present life.
And now for all the world to see.
They come after you.
It'll be fine. Trust me.
Oh no.
Quickly, hide!
Gordon's gonna die. Gordon's gonna die.
Not so funny now, is it?
At least he's still alive so far. Yeah, girl, get out of there. Get out of there. Oof. Break a leg.
No.
Oh no. Oh no, Evie. She's gonna get like tortured.
You've been formally charged with 3 counts of murder, bombing of government property, terrorism, treason, and sedition. Penalty for which is death by firing squad. You must tell us the identity of codename V.
Girl, she don't know. Has this hole been there the whole time?
My name is Valerie. I wanted to tell someone about my life. I passed my 11 plus and went to a girls' grammar. It was at school that I met my first girlfriend. Her name was Sarah. I remember our teacher telling us that it was an adolescent phase that people outgrew. Sarah did. I didn't. In 2002, I fell in love with a girl named Christina. I came out to my parents. My father wouldn't look at me. My mother said nothing. But I'd only told them the truth. Was that so selfish?
Just tell us where he is.
I don't know.
We have no concept of how long she's been there yet, also.
In 2015, I starred in my first film. That was how I met Ruth. I knew I never wanted to kiss any other lips but hers again. We moved to a small flat in London together. Those were the best years of my life. America's war grew worse and worse.
Why protect someone who doesn't give a shit about you?
He does care about her, though.
I remember how the meaning of words began to change. I remember how different became dangerous. They took Ruth while she was out buying food.
Oh, no.
It wasn't long till they came for me. It seems strange that my life should end in such a terrible place. I hope that whoever you are, you escape this place. Even though I do not know you, I love you.
Unless you are ready to offer your cooperation, you are to be executed. Are you ready to cooperate?
No.
Arrange a detail of 6 men and take her out behind the chemical shed and shoot her.
Look, all they want is one little piece of information. Just give them something.
I'd rather die behind the chemical sheds.
Then you have no fear anymore. You're completely free.
Wait, he's letting her make a run for it? Did all the guards leave? Did someone come to help her? What is going on? No. This is V's prison. What?
Hello, Evie.
What is going on?
It was you.
Did he do that to see if he could trust her?
Fortunately, I got to you before they
You
did.
did this to me. You tortured me.
You said you wanted to live without fear. I wish there'd been an easier way, but there wasn't. Every day I wanted to end it.
You're sick.
You could have given in, but you didn't.
Leave me alone. I hate you.
That's it! See, at first, I thought it was hate too. I thought I'd die with all the hate in my veins. Yes, I created a lie, but because you believed it, you found something true about yourself.
I can't feel anything anymore.
This may be the most important moment of your life. Commit to it. They took your parents from you. They took your brother from you. You faced your death, Evie.
I see his thinking of why he put her through that, but I mean, that was extreme. That was an extreme choice.
I'm leaving.
There are 872 songs in here. I've listened to them all, but I've never danced to any of them.
I thought about keeping this, but it didn't seem right knowing you wrote it.
I didn't.
So Valerie is real.
She was real.
Oh, she was probably in prison with him.
Delivered it to you as it had been delivered to me.
You were in the cell next to her. You're getting back at them for what they did to her. And to you. I suppose I should thank you. Goodbye.
If I had one wish, I would wish to see you again before the 5th.
All right.
They love each other.
The most logical delivery system for the terrorists to use would be an airborne attack. A separate report has been filed suggesting a train.
Who filed that report?
Chief Inspector Finch.
Do you have any evidence to support this conclusion?
Just a feeling.
What we need right now is a clear message to the people of this country. I want everyone to remember why they need us.
Authorities have uncovered new evidence linking the terrorist organization called V to the St. Mary's viral attack on London.
They are putting blame on whoever it's easy to put blame on.
Our story begins with a young, up-and-coming politician. He's completely single-minded and has no regard for the political process. Eventually, his party launches a special project in the name of national security. The true goal of this project is power. The project, however, ends violently. New ability to wage war is born from the blood of one of the victims. Imagine a virus, the most terrifying virus you can. Then imagine that you and you alone have the cure.
Oh!
Target should not be an enemy of the country, but rather the country itself. Like a school, a tube station, and a water treatment plant. Fear and panic spread quickly, fracturing and dividing the country. And then not long after the election, lo and behold, a miracle. The true genius of the plan was the fear. Our politician was ultimately appointed to the newly created position of High Chancellor. Put Creedy under 24-hour surveillance. Till then, cheerio.
That was a lot of information.
Why didn't you come forward before? What were you waiting for?
I needed you.
So the people at that camp, that woman doctor was coming up with the virus. She wasn't trying to make some cure. She was trying to make the virus that infected... Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Sutler can no longer trust you, can he, Mr. Creedy? You're being watched right now.
What do you want?
Sutler.
What do I get out of this deal?
Me.
William Rookwood is dead.
I'd say so. 20 years now.
We find him.
V is a clever cat.
Eric Finch?
Bloody hell.
He wants everyone to wear them on November 5th.
Anyone caught with one of those masks arrested. Mr. Creedy, I am holding you personally responsible for this situation.
The problem is that he knows us better than we know us. I went to Lark Hill last night. I suddenly had this feeling that everything was connected. One long chain of events that stretched all the way back. It's like a perfect pattern, and all trapped by it. All V needs to do is keep his word.
Wow. So that was just a lot. That was a really cool montage moment though.
Tonight's your big night.
It's already November 5th again. Is your friend there? I think they're gonna have a little dance.
I didn't think you'd come.
I said I would.
I must confess, every time I heard a siren, I worried about you.
One day I was at a market. She looked at me right in the eyes, didn't recognize me. I guess whatever you did to me worked better than I'd have imagined.
A shaved head and some confidence.
Would you dance with me?
I'd love to.
The security of this nation depends on complete and total compliance. Any protester will be made example of.
Should the terrorist succeed?
He won't.
If he does?
If he does, tomorrow morning I will be reading Mr. Creedy's resignation.
I don't understand. How you can be one of the most important things that has ever happened to me, and yet I know almost nothing about you. I don't even know what you really look like.
There is a face beneath this mask, but it's not me.
I understand.
I have something I must give you.
The underground? I thought they closed this all down.
The inspector's right though. His feeling is right.
These tracks lead to Parliament. It's really going to happen, isn't it?
If you wanted to. This is my gift to you, Evie. Everything that I have, I'm leaving to you to do with what you will. You made me understand that I was wrong, that the choice to pull this lever is not mine to make.
Where are you going?
The time has come for me to meet my maker.
You don't have to do this.
All I deserve is at the end of that tunnel.
That's not true.
I can't.
Oh no.
Tonight, Our country faces a grave and terrible threat.
Where is he?
Penny for the guy.
Oh,
I've
gosh.
kept my side of the bargain, but have you kept your? I want to see his face.
Justice will be swift, and it will be without mercy.
Wow.
Goodbye, Chancellor. Mr. Creedy.
Disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
It's time to have a look at your face. Take off your mask.
No.
Don't hurt him. No. Yeah, bad decision, fellas.
The only thing that you and I have in common, Mr. Creedy, is we're both about to die.
How do you imagine that's gonna?
With my hands around your neck.
Bollocks. Kill him.
No. What is he made of? Oh my gosh. This sword effect is really cool. How is he so cool? He's got so much swag.
Why won't you die? Beneath this mask, there is an idea, Mr. Creedy. Ideas are bulletproof.
Wow. Okay then. Oh no. Is he not okay? Oh no.
V!
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Oh, we have to stop your bleeding.
For 20 years, I sought only this day. Nothing else existed. Until I saw you. And everything changed. I fell in love with you, Evie.
I don't want you to die.
That's the most beautiful thing you could have ever given me.
No. She has no friends.
V.
Everyone in her life has died. Are you serious?
Hold it. Stop right there. You're Evie Hammond, aren't you? Get your hand off that lever.
No.
Why are you doing this?
Because he was right, that this country needs more than a building right now. It needs hope. It's time. Do you like music, Mr. Finch?
That music.
Here's music.
Wow.
Who was he?
He was all of us. But I will never forget the man and what he meant to me.
All right. That was a lot. I didn't have much of any kind of expectation going into that because I knew so little other than this poster, which I honestly didn't even think about that much. The fact that the main poster, Natalie Portman, has a shaved head in it, but I didn't think much of that when the film began and she had her full curly head of hair and everything, but I couldn't tell much what it was going to be about. I will say this entire premise is kind of a storyline that once it got started, I was like, oh, I usually like this kind of thing because my favorite TV series that I've ever seen is Mr. Robot. Very different at the same time, but definitely a lot of parallels in the masked vigilante kind of perspective of it, and in like an overbearing government. Obviously, it's very rare for, I feel like, a viewer to ever get like everything that they want out of a film, because obviously I really wanted to know so much more about V and about his life and what led to him being in this detention center or whatever. I'll just keep calling it a detention center. A lot of exposition, a lot of like details to have to pick up on to like understand this world fully and how they got to like this point in life. So I guess to kind of almost sum some things up, because I'm not even completely positive that I fully caught on to everything that was going on. I feel like there was a lot of things that were linked together, obviously, and a lot of intricacies. And I mean, I really like that, but I also some of the time was like, wait, am I picking up on everything that they're insinuating? Virus outbreak that occurred. Obviously, we come to find out that it is the government that had like released these chemicals or something, whatever it was, into the water system and into the school. And that is also how Natalie Portman's character, Evie's brother, ended up dying years prior to this kind of like full government control of everything. What I am not positive if I misinterpreted or not was whether this like detention center, Lark Hill, where V was and where he escaped from, what exactly they were doing, making weapons, but then also testing things on humans, like trying to give them biological advancements and giving them just physical enhancements. I'm guessing that that probably led to whatever kind of like disfiguration, mutation, whatever that V might have that he's covering up. And then also the fire and the burns on his hands and everything. Anyway, but I was just kind of wondering if that detention center was also linked with the St. Mary's virus at all, if any of the stuff that they were working on there was how they helped create this virus. I think it was. I almost always like any kind of aspect of like dystopian society. That can always be so fun and interesting to compare it to the world that we live in today, how far prejudices can go and take you, and just how terrifying it can be when things like books and music and religious texts are becoming banned, illegal, or whatever. Obviously, they don't spell out exactly everything that's happened in this form of society that they live in, but it obviously is a little off-putting when you think of how relatable some moments in this film are. Obviously, maybe amplified to a certain degree. Even just the homophobia and the Islamophobia, and just where things can lead to if you let them go far enough in a certain direction. Wow, I mean, just so much to talk about from this movie. Really was wondering if there was some sort of like link between V and Evie, if he somehow knew who she was, but I guess not. I guess it just was like chance that he found her in the alley and was able to rescue her from that terrible situation that she was in with these like weird policemen, military people, I guess. The satisfaction that I wanted was that I didn't want V to die. Of course not. A character like this is so interesting and complicated because he literally kidnapped and held Natalie Portman's character, Evie, hostage for, we don't even know exactly how long, but I'm assuming many months. That should make me hate him. You could almost see and understand, sort of, to a certain degree at least, like why he did that, to make sure that he could trust her and everything. But obviously it was a very extreme thing for him to do. But you also see how much that built up her confidence. It got rid of that fear that she references towards the beginning of the movie, that she's like always living in fear, and she wishes that she could be as bold and outspoken as her parents were and as V was and everything. Obviously it feels like an awful thing that he did, but you're rooting for him at the same time, and Evie. You're rooting for them both, and I just wanted them to be able to be together, but he had to die. Like, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, I felt like his character wasn't gonna make it to the end, but yeah, you do just kind of leave feeling a little unsatisfied. You don't ever get to see his face. You don't ever get to kind of feel the full satisfaction, the full sense of like the story completing and them getting to walk back into his little dungeon lair together. But if that is how the story went, that would be a completely different story. And I think that the story that they made and wrote was the way it should have gone. I think my version of him not dying is probably not the best version. Based on some DC comics. So I don't know much about the DC comics at all, really. So I do find that very interesting. I had no idea that this was any kind of character in DC comics. Like when I think of DC, I only think of like Wolverine, Batman. Also, one other thing that I wanted to touch on is I thought that it was really cool and creative how they helped establish even more of like how extreme this world is and everything through the storytelling of Valerie's letters that Evie was receiving like through the prison walls. That was like a really cool way to weave in more kind of exposition of how this world has gotten to the point that it has and the people that it's obviously affected. And then just so sad, but really just another really interesting and effective thread that they wove in there. The fact that Valerie was in the cell or something next to V at that detention center. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie, and it really had me on the edge of my seat basically the whole film, and just had me like repeatedly asking questions and just wanting to know more. And so I think that's the marking of a really good, really effective, really gripping story. Very glad I got to see this film. Let me know what you think of V for Vendetta in the comments below. And remember, the 5th of September. No, November. Remember, the 5th of November. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you around for many more reactions to come. I will see you when we're watching the next movie. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye!